how does God come to be present at a marriage initiation, and what are the requirements that need to be met for God to be present at that event?
Wow, thank you, Pastor. Yes, yesterday I said a holy marriage is a marriage where God is present when it is consummated. Well, you must remember that eventually it borders around knowing what are the requirements for a marriage to exist. What are the requirements for a godly marriage to exist? The requirements for a man, we specified them. He must be able to take care of the family. He must be authorized by his father to marry. When your father is late, then there must be, number one, members of the family who can play a fatherly role. And also you have a shepherd of your spirit. The pastor must tell you that you are fit to be a husband and a father. There are criteria, requirements to be met there. They test your capacity to make proper decisions. Because once you become a husband, the whole family depends on your reasoning. The whole family depends on your decisions. Imagine if you are that kind of a boy who gets money, instead of going to pay school fees for your children, you pass it through a sports betting shop and you squander all the children's school fees in a casino. Such a boy cannot be a father or a husband. You need to be mature to make the right decisions. You need to learn discipline. You need to be examined whether you value the word of God enough that once you start a family, you and the word of God is enough to consult God on what decisions need to be made from time to time. Have you learned the word of God? Have you matured in the word of God? Secondly, have you developed yourself to find stamina, to find the muscle, to carry the load of the family? There are financial loads. There are emotional loads. Sometimes women throw tantrums. You can't start throwing your own tantrums when it happens. It becomes a house of tantrums. You need to be able to calm things down when they are about to go out of control. You need to know when to say, let us pause for a moment and consult others. Seek counseling, seek direction from our seniors so that you don't do everything that comes into your mind. And then we want to see, do you have a job? Do you have a stable income? Have you been taught how to save money? You understand? A husband is not somebody who needs a reminder to pay rentals, so that when you get a salary, you forget that there are bills to be paid. You can squander the whole money if your wife doesn't say, this is money for rent, this is money for bills, for electricity and water. You can't be a husband. This is why we say, before you bring a woman, you need to come out of your father's house. Stay alone for some time. Learn to pay bills on your own, so that you don't start learning when your wife has arrived. You are not fit to be a husband if you have never taken responsibilities for yourself. Do you have a medical aid? Do you have some emergency savings somewhere? If you collapse right now, who will pay for your medical expenses? Those are the things that a father verifies before he says you are now fit to be a husband. So that is what a man must do. There are requirements also for the woman. Is she a girl or she is a woman? Under what circumstances are a woman allowed to get married? The marriage of a virgin and the marriage of a woman are not the same. If a man is marrying a woman, he doesn't pay that much of a bride price. Azviteka. Munhu ari kuroora mhandara nemunhu ari kuroora mukadzi zvakasiyana. So we want to know, is this girl a girl or this girl is a woman? If she is a girl, has she gone through the teachings that transition her into womanhood? Are there aunties in her father's house? Has she gone to female advisors in the church? What has she learned to do? Basic house management skills. Can she prepare decent meals? Can she sweep and clean the house? Does she know how to manage groceries in the house? Has she learned? And then, has she learned how to manage a spiritual life? Has she believed? Is she disciplined? And then our women's council must take you through exercises that help you to develop and to understand and to see things differently. They will give you elderly women to take you to their homes to show you how a home is kept, so that when you enter into your husband's house, you are not a novice. Musirwa mari yekutenga grocery, wotenga 20 kgs dze-ice cream. Shima 5 liters, 20 liters, 5 liter, 5 liter, 5 liter, 5 liter. Todya ice cream every day. Mari yehupu yatengeswa ice cream, Pastor Baloy.
Yeah.
Ne mari yerent.
It's happening, you're laughing, Pastor Rent.
Chocolate tomboisa pasi, totenga salt ne cooking oil ne soda. Kana zvinodiwa mumba zvakwana, mari yasara ndo ingangozotenga chocolate. And then we also look at whether you have been taken through procedures to do with understanding. When you get pregnant, what shall you do? How do you know that you are pregnant? How do you carry the pregnancy to full term? Before you get married, you need all that knowledge as a woman. You need to learn how to handle the kitchen, how to handle the living room, how to handle the bedroom. You need all that knowledge. And when it happens like that, then the man must come to the woman's house to seek the daughter's hand in marriage by paying bride price. And when that is done, the man must take his wife home to his father's house to present his wife to his father. And then the man must bring his wife to the house of God for this marriage to be blessed. And so the man of God places a blessing upon this marriage. At the moment when you bring your wife to your father and he accepts his daughter-in-law, the marriage is considered consummated or complete. It is when the marriage is complete that it is then blessed. You can't bring your girlfriend to Pastor Chiwenga and say, bless my girlfriend. Which blessing is that one now? Muda kubless kuti muende kupi? Pastor, this is my girlfriend Fiona. Bless her. Bless me also, so that I can have money to marry her. Things are tough, you know. We don't want funnies, Pastor Shuma. So we won't tolerate that. No. So when we say God is present, He is present to make sure that you are doing what He has instructed. It is the instructions of God that secure the presence of God. It's not a ritual that secures the presence of God. It's the instructions of God that secure the presence of God.
Yes.
I hope I've answered you, Pastor.
Yes, it was helpful indeed. I hope we have benefited, and I personally I've benefited a lot. I think our youths, they are following. It's very important. Usually, I always say this to the youths, to say, when you obey instructions, that is the only way. Because remember, we're talking about what God has joined together. Let no man, there's no man who can put that asunder. And we're wondering, how is God joining them?
And what kind of glue does
glue
He use to join a man and his wife?
Yes. And these requirements and the instructions that are followed. Because these instructions, remember, they are coming from God. Because we're learning of the primordium, how God instituted or constituted the marriage.
Yes.
So this is where the instructions are being derived.
And that's what secures the presence of God.
And yes.